Have you recently bought an endowment plan?
Or you're planning to buy one?
Or are you an existing endowment plan holder? Here are some juicy secrets that your insurance agents never told you. Want to know more? Stay tuned to find out. Hey guys, this is Jolaj.
And I'm Aaron G.
And we're back again for another juicy topic in GE Lifesavers Talks. Now, last week, we did an expose on endowment plans. Why endowment plans are so sexy nowadays, what changed, what are the mechanism of the endowment plans. So guys, if you are here watching this video for the first time and you didn't watch last week's episode, I'm here to recommend that you watch that first, because today there will be a lot of illustration.
That's right.
And you may find some of the technical terms really, really deep. Before you actually come to this episode, go and watch the previous one. The link is just down here. And then you can come back here and watch this video.
That's right.
Now, without much delay, let's go. Let's dive straight in, Aaron.
Right. So, Joe, we did mention that if people who buys endowment plan, the intention is for savings, right? And the savings comes in three different forms. Now, one is, of course, we spoke about the guaranteed returns,
right?
And then we talk about performance-based,
right?
And we talk about maturity benefits,
right?
So, guys, if you don't know what are the difference for these three things, our video, the first video spoke about it.
Right.
So let's go straight to the detail.
Right.
Now, so today, Joe, what you're going to do differently is to basically put facts and figures on the same page.
Right? Okay, yes.
Because last week we spoke a lot. Today we put some figures to the facts, right? So hopefully that
I'm sure they would like that.
Yeah, so I'm sure. So I'm now let's take an example of a insurance company that I got, the quotation, and I broke it down, and then I just share with you right now, right?
Thanks, Evan, for the explanation just now. So I think it's really, really good that we show the viewers what's in store. So I'm going to pass the time now to Evan to take us to a deeper dive, and he's going to share his iPad screen and show certain quotations that he got from some insurance companies.
That's right.
To show you guys how the endowment plan works. Evan, over to you.
Okay, so now this is an example, right, on how the mechanism works. So we go straight to this part here, right? So now most insurance or most endowment plan, it's actually a limited pay plan.
So what does that mean?
It means that you only pay for a short period of time.
Oh, I see.
Right? So in the past, it's you pay all the way, right? Now it's you pay a limited pay plan.
I see.
So here you can see it's only for
6 years.
6 years.
I see. Oh,
right. So so that means it totally pays about 60,000, correct? So that's a good thing. So short-term commitment, long-term gains. So that is the theme of an endowment plan, right? So which is good actually, not an issue, right? And we spoke about the various section of the returns, right? We spoke about the guaranteed returns, which you can see it over here. Right, and then you are able to see the performance-based returns, which is over here, right? Usually it's denoted as 5% and 2%.
Okay.
Now this is controlled by Bank Negara Malaysia.
Right.
So every insurance company will have the same format. You can change it. You can manipulate it. It's the way it is, right? So and then of course, last but not least, you have the maturity benefits. So you have the maturity benefits, which is somewhere around here, Okay. So there's three components over there. Now let's dive in, right? Let's see how the guaranteed returns work, right? Now usually the guaranteed returns is denoted as a percentage of the annual returns over here. So in this case is 20%.
Wow, double digit.
Exactly. So when an agent say to you, "Hey, we're giving you 20% returns." 20% of what?
Yeah, interesting. I wanted to ask you, Aaron, 20% of what?
Of what? Right? Now, you see, most people take it as face value, Joe. 20% means 20%, whatever I put lah.
Yeah.
Correct? So if I put 10,000, 20% is
2,000 bucks lah.
If I put 20,000,
4,000 bucks lah.
Okay, so let's look at second year. So let's look at how this work on the second year, right?
Right.
Now, so second year. So the second year, how much you paid? You also put the 10,000, but accumulatively you put 20,000. Correct?
Right.
So 20% of 20,000 should be
4,000 bucks lah.
But you see, you're only getting 2,000. Why? Because you are given the percentage here is 20% is not based on how much you put, it's based on your annual premium.
And it's not total accumulated premium.
This is what most agents don't tell you. Now, to be fair, even you wouldn't ask.
Right.
Because you will take it like...
We take it face value.
Exactly.
That it is basis what I put By total what I put, I get back lah.
Exactly. So when you look at the actual returns on the second year, it's only 10%, right?
Half. My goodness.
And that's only the second year, right? What happens if you go on the third year, fourth year, 10th year? So it starts to drop, right?
Oh no.
So very fast, the double-digit returns doesn't sound sexy anymore, right?
Right.
Because from 20%, eventually on the sixth year, it drops to 3.33%. Because 3.33% of 10,000 of 60,000, whatever that you put in, right? How much?
20% of 60,000 is how much?
Right? It's supposed to be how much?
Ooh,
It's supposed to be 12,000, but you only get 2,000. It's a far cry, folks. It's a far cry. So now, what makes things worse is that they even say, hey, for the next 30 years, you will get 600% returns.
Okay.
And this is actually used in the script. A lot of my clients tell me that agents say that they can get in total 600%. Now you wonder 600% from where?
From where?
Right? So if I put 60,000 in 6 years, 600% of 60,000 is how much?
No.
That's about 360,000. Right?
Sounds really too good to be true, my friend.
Yeah. So it's crazy, right?
So
So
how did they divide that 600%?
because 20% a year
Okay.
times with 30, times with 30, 30 years. So 30 times 20 is how much? 600%, lah.
I have to do this lah. I have to do this.
Right? So guys, when someone gives you some obscene figures that is too good to be true, you got to ask them to substantiate where exactly the 600% is and how does that give it back in value, right?
Yeah.
What is it for me, right?
Yeah.
So it's 600% of what? Of your annual premium.
You haven't, I'm in total shock lah.
So basically, 600% of your annual premium is what? It's 10,000 times 600%, correct?
Yeah, correct.
How much is that?
It's like
60K,
correct.
which is exactly how much you put.
Very good, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Right? So now so that's one part of the jigsaw puzzle, right?
Wow.
And then you have the performance returns.
Right.
Now, performance returns, I shared with you in the first episode, what is it all about?
Mhm.
So I didn't have time to put all the figures over here
Okay.
because it's a very repetitive work,
Okay.
right? So, but what we know is towards the end, based on a 5% returns of insurance company's performance, you get extra 25,973. So this is like as if it's like dividends,
Okay.
but it's non-guaranteed, right? Because
Okay.
we do not know, depends on a
The
year-to-year
fund
basis.
performance lah.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
Right? So now, long story cut short, how all of this is panned out, right? So that's where we go over here. Okay. So please, this is a lot of numbers, so let me go through it with you, right? So from here, you can see that you paid total 60,000, correct?
Correct.
Right. And the total guaranteed payout is also 60,000,
Okay.
right? Which is derived over here.
Right.
So it's a simple arithmetic maths, right? 2,000 a year, guaranteed returns times with 30 years is 60,000. So this is very clear,
okay.
right?
Okay.
And then the final year payout. This is you're talking about this, right? You're talking about this dividends here, right?
Yeah.
That's 25,973, right?
Right.
Assuming it's 5%. If it's 2%, it's only 300. Right, but that's the story, yeah. Now, so total payout is simply a maths of taking 60,000
Plus
plus
25,000.
25,000,
Okay.
right? And what do you get?
86K.
Right. Or 60,300.
Wow. So your worst case scenario, you get only $300
Basically, you're just getting back whatever you put in.
after 20 years.
After 30 years.
After 30 years.
Yes. This last is 30 years. So guys, it's nothing much to shout about, but hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses, right? Because let's do an analysis, right? Now, people give percentages and all that. So now, if you look at the absolute returns after 30 years, that means simply take this figure here, divide with your total premiums, which is 60,000, right? So you get back about 43%. That is just without even taking consideration to time.
Okay.
Right? Because, you just think, okay, I put this much, at the end I get this much. So I get 43%.
Okay.
Right? But of course, we know that this plan is put over a period of 30 years.
Correct.
So when you bring in the element of time, then you have to take into consideration the compounding effect, right? So the compounding effect is given as internal rate of return, which is 2.26%.
Wow.
Right?
A far cry and they're double digit.
It's far cry, right? So now, sorry, I actually missed this, right? The average return per annum simple interest. So it's very simple. 43 divided by 30. So you're roughly getting 1.43%, right? Per annum, right?
Per year.
Which is nowhere close to 20%, I think. But of course, you're taking the compounding effect inside. We look into the internal rate of return, so that's about 2.26%. Now, I need to show you that if the company is doing not so good, you will actually get a negative.
Oh dear.
So this is very, very worrisome.
Wow. Negative.
It's a negative returns. Now, this return is not shown. It's not shown in the quotation. This I had to do a separate analysis.
I see.
Now, what is internal rate of return, guys? We don't have the time to explain over here. You need to Google it up. It is self-explanatory. Now, this is actually the most accurate returns calculation.
I see. Okay.
The most accurate, because internal rate of returns take into consideration all the management costs, commission, and all the miscellaneous costs, and then what is a net return to you. So basically, that is what internal rate of returns.
I see. Okay.
All these 5%, 2% or whatever, they are not net off.
Okay. Which now begs me to ask, how does it fare against FD?
So since we have the numbers, right? So let's look into this. So basically, Joe, after 30 years, you get 85,973, right?
Right.
Now, if you use the same thing, I put 10,000 ringgit into FD for the first 6 years, very compound. On the 7th year onwards, don't put 10 more thousand. Just say 60,000, just leave it over the next 30 years and compound at the rate of 2% right now. You should be getting 103,400.
Amazing. At 2% FD, it is still higher than the so-called endowment plan.
So when your agents tell you that your endowment is more than your FD, they're actually talking about your 20%.
Oh boy.
But 20% of what?
Yeah.
That is often not.
Right.
And of course, I don't know, if you put an ASB, then you talk about 230,000.
Wow.
So can you imagine?
So much more significant.
60,000 you can either choose to get 85K, 103K,
or 230. Wow.
So the numbers are heaven and earth difference.
Big difference, guys.
Huge.
Big differences. I'm shocked beyond belief. And I think I really hope, guys, that this illustration made it really clear for you.
Right.
We welcome any questions. Okay, please do leave us a comment.
And guys, if you want us to do a decipher, if let's say you have other quotations from other places or other companies, right, and you want us to do a decipher like this, please DM us.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we are more than happy. Or even if you're an existing endowment holder and you want to know whether is this worth keeping,
correct,
it doesn't meet your investing or savings needs or goals. If you're not sure what to do with it, DM us. We'll sit down with you and we'll give you a thorough review.
That's right. You can trust us that G Lifesavers does a very thorough, comprehensive, qualitative and quantitative policy review. And this is how you can decide later what can you do with these plans. Whether you want to keep, whether it's worth taking, whether you would like to upgrade to another plan. The decision is up to you. Okay. Evan said it earlier. What we would like to do is to put all the facts on the table for you to see so that you can decide what to do. After all, it's your hard-earned money, guys.
The idea is to empower you guys.
That's right.
Right? I think enough with all these smoke screens, Joe, right? But to make sure that at the end of the day, the truth prevails. And we want you to be a recipient of what is good. And the only way to do this is to give you the right information in the right place, in the right manner. That's right.
So this is what we have done. I want to thank you for staying with us all this while, staying with us until towards the end of the show. But before we go, again, let me just say, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us in our social media in Facebook and Instagram. Now, with that being said, this is Joe Raj.
And Eric G.
We are signing off from G Lifesavers Talk today. Have a great week. Take care. God bless. Bye.
Bye.